Today's flute tip is about scales. But it's not about playing scales. So many of my students have come to me and the only thing they've learned about scales is just to play, well, that was an F scale, and just play it up and down, and then they move on to something else. I don't think it's about the scale itself. I think it's about the interaction with that scale. So I don't have my students play just the scale. I will have them do that just so they learn the key signature and just can play it like that. But then I have them do other things with that scale. So one of the things that I learned from my days at Eastman are triplet scales. So what you're going to do is what I started out doing. I started off with the F scale and I slurred groups of 6 up there. You can slur groups of 3, or you can slur groups of 6, or you can slur the whole scale as long as you keep it in triplets. Now if you do that scale or any of those scales in triplets, then you have to play it 3 times up and down in order to end on the beginning of a triplet, not in the middle of a triplet. You have to be careful where you're taking your breath, because if you take your breath in the middle of a triplet and you come back in, it throws the whole thing off and you're going to have to play the scale many more times or fewer times, depending on where you're taking that breath. So I have my students play triplet scales. They start with, and I go through all of them, every scale, every major and minor scale you're going to do. So if I gave them the F scale, they're going to play it like I just did. Then, immediately after that, they play triplets, and I have them practice triple tonguing. I have my students do ta-ka-ta, ka-ta-ka for triple tonguing. I feel like that works best. So now I'm going to play the F scale triple tongue. Now, if they start off and they're unused to that triple tonguing way of doing it, we of course go much slower. So tempo is not the problem at the beginning. You go as slow as you need to figure it out. After they've got that one down, I say, okay, now you have to do the minor scale. That's the relative minor to F major. So of course that's D minor. And then they're going to play the D minor natural scale. Then they play the D harmonic minor and the D melodic minor. Always doing it once slurred and then triple tongue, always in triplets. So every week they're going to do one major and minor scale, all 3 forms of the minor. So you have a lot of interaction with scales by the time you come back to the next lesson. So I would suggest that you do that. Instead of just playing your scale up and down, start interacting with your scales. Start doing triplet scales. See how they can help you. That's today's flute tip.